Now, before we begin, I just wanted to say thank you. Whoever it was, like, you took time out of your day to subscribe to me when you didn't have to, and it it's small. It's a small action, but it really means a lot to me. Like, that means there's something about my content that you like and you want to see more of. And when I set out to do this, I just wanted to make one video. Like, the well, depression is one hell of a bitch. So it takes a lot of effort for me to even function or do anything these days. And yesterday, I I didn't necessarily get hit with inspiration, but more or less what got me to do anything to make 3 chapters, mind you, was just a promise to someone I made who wanted to see more of what I do. So I was like, okay, I'll just talk for 5 minutes about a chapter. I took their advice, Nate, and tried changing up my format a little bit since you know um, they like to hear me talk. And I tried something different. Talking for 5 minutes turned into talking for 30 minutes, and then I felt good and wanted to make a new video. So I made another video, chapter 9. After that was done, still awake, still feeling good. Chapter 10. Now, here I am, a couple hours later, wanting to talk about chapter 11. Um, and it's ironic, for the first time in a long time, I feel reinvigorated. I feel kind of more connected with this series a little bit more, and I can relate to Legosi. Uh, like when he left the room in chapter like 10 or 9. Yeah, chapter 9, and he was like, for the first time in a long time, I feel happy, and I can relate to that. And it's so, I don't know, this feeling. But that's honestly moments like this where you can relate to the media that you love and review. That's special, even the small moments. And yeah, anyway, thank you. If you like the content, feel free to stick around. Anyway, so continuing on, we are on chapter 11. Um, like glass on your gums. Ouch. So, let's see, where are we right now? Last chapter we were with Louie in the spotlight, right? So this chapter, that's how it ended, with Louie in the spotlight. So my guess, just predictions before we get started, this is going to be a Louie center chapter, uh, I believe. It would make sense because we don't know much about Louie right now. So let's see, where are we? School wave, school paper. Ah, these are like the school, the school's newspaper. Anyway, so let's get started. Hey, don't you get it? You sleaze bags. They're like, oh God, here he goes again. Yeah. Look at this article. School paper, school. It's called the School Wave. I remember we had a school newspaper. It was called the Bell Tower, and those guys were absolutely hilarious. Occasionally they'd post like some drama going on around in the school. It was actually pretty good. Let's see, published by the PR team, the school drama club receives an award. We actually saw this happen. Oh, that's Louis receiving his award. I'm shocked they don't have a picture of his like face there. Normally that's something you would get, but that's not too bad either. Louis is the leading actor of the drama club. Why didn't you put a good photo of his face? Ah, there we go. Anyway, are you guys really a part of the PR team? We sell our issues 50 in each. If you don't get your act together, we'll lose all our money for the ink. But he was on stage, and then he left through the back door. Don't make excuses when you can't even make a good scoop. Don't you guys get it? And he's offing. Let's see. The females love that small face and big eyes of his. If you had put a close up of him in that article, we'd sell twice as many issues. I love this guy. You know who this reminds me of? It reminds me of James Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. Uh, I love let's see, I love guys like this. Just high energy, just wired, loves just super passionate about what they do. They come off as assholes, but these are the guys who have the best personalities for stuff like this. I want pictures of Spider-Man and I want them now. Spider-Man 2, he absolutely killed this role. Loved it. So, it's all about the money. You just gotta focus on Louie, got it? There are going to be two performances for the next 2 days. So at tomorrow's performance, you'll need to get as many close-up pics of Louie as possible for our big special issue coming up. So today you're going to start working out your plan after you're finished selling this trash issue. We're off. Love this guy. He's a mouse too. Look at this guy. I love this. He's just like he's flaming them while he's eating a sesame seed. That's I want one. I love that, and I love the diversity here. What is that guy? Is he a monkey? I didn't get to see. He's some type of. He's in monkey class, I guess. You have a lizard person right here. All right, a kangaroo. All right, and then an elephant. They're just like a cat. Wow, the head was pretty cute. Did you guys see how he was biting his sunflower seeds? Yes, 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 yes. Well, he looked pretty frantic. We should work hard for the PR team. Yeah, close-up pics for Louie. Let's get together in the auditorium tomorrow. Let's go. Okay. My camera's kind of broken. It wouldn't work at all yesterday. That ain't good. What are we gonna do about tomorrow? I don't have many options. I'll take 2 days to have my camera fixed so I can only take pictures of the second performance. I'm pretty sure the issue would be pretty much done by then. Oh, they just stand out and just sell. They actually. Well, I guess that's not too bad. Because, normally what happens, we don't. I remember at my school, we didn't have people's physically standing out for papers, but that actually seems like a really good idea because if you have students selling encouraging other students to buy your issue, even if it's for like what 50 yen, so let's just say like convert it to American like 50 cents. That's still pretty damn good. Just because well, public relations team. And I'd be more inclined to buy a newspaper or something if someone was physically selling them. I don't know, it's just that personal touch to it. That's why I'd buy it. Is that Haru? No, that's not Haru. Long tail. Anyway, well, it's better than not taking any pictures at all. I wanted you to send a report if this issue seems well. I'm gonna take my camera to the repair shop. Well, we're selling quite a lot right now. One issue is 50 yen. Alright. We sold just we sold so much just by putting the words drama club in the headline. Louis' charisma is insane. Isn't it? He's like a celebrity at school. People want to know what Louis up to. What's Louis doing? I wouldn't be surprised if Louis had groupies following him around school. Actually, come to think of it, with any other show I watch, the popular main character, not the main character, it's usually the rival character. They always have groupies following them around, just like a group of fans. Beastars, I'm not seeing any of that, any of those tropes here. Come to think of it, because think of Pokemon Season 1, how you had, Ash, and then you have his rival Gary Oak, who 24/7 had groupies following him. Gary, he's our man, like cheerleaders and stuff. Where did Gary get a car? Now that I think about that. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, yeah, let's see. Continuing on. I think I might get a good picture on the second day. Anyone would get a little careless on the second day, right? What if Louis, the lead actor, suddenly fell to the ground? That'd make for a scandalous scoop. There it is. They're always looking for. I hate the press. They're always looking for the worst to happen at events. I guess it makes their job more exciting, but that's terrible. but it does make good news. So let's see. We're cutting here. Painkillers, 1 pill per day. Some water. This is Louie's room, and some wrapping tape. Then we have. Oh, he hurt his left foot. I'm pretty sure I said I was under the assumption he hurt his right foot. I guess not. All right, and is he kneeling? What's this? It's a skull with a hat on it. I've seen this hat before. This is the hat that Adler was wearing. So, is this like a makeshift shrine he made of Adler? They have a globe in there. I love the I love how simplistic this room is. Like you get to see the artist. The artist is like just her handiwork, like at work around in this room. The scratchy lines. I just love art styles that are just so raw. There's something so raw about her art style. I just love stuff like that. So like, hold on. So if he's taking painkillers, right? He's still in pain from his fall. So his fall must have been a lot worse than he was letting on, which makes sense because Louis quite prideful. He's very prideful, just from the few scenes that I've got with him. So if he's been working on that and he's like the star of the lead role, he must be in some quite a lot of pain. And if you work on like an injury, it's only gonna get worse. 1 pill per day. I've gone this far by toughing it out, but it's gotten so bad. The harder I work my body, the more it breaks down. Yep, that's what happens, Louis. Hey, don't be so cruel. It's too late to be feeling sorry for yourself. You've known ever since the day you were born that your body wasn't made for fighting. What does he mean by that? But it's strange because Louis has the characteristics of a well, he has a strong personality. Something I would expect Legacy to have, but it's in him. He's very much a fighter, even if he doesn't have the body for it. I assume it's because he's a herbivore, right? That's what I assume he's getting at. And I don't know. I wonder how Louis affected in this world by being born as a herbivore when he does not have that person. I don't know. He just like everything you would expect Louis to be, being born a deer. He has the intensity of a tiger or a lion, you know. But that's kind of he's being really hard on himself right now. But why? I'm curious to know like if it's getting this bad because he's on painkillers right now, right? If it's getting this bad, I know he doesn't want to disappoint. He has this perfectionist attitude about him that he made very clear in episode not episode in chapter 1 and chapter 2 that he's sort of a perfectionist. And I wonder if his demands of himself are unhealthy, like to a fault, like working on an injury that you should have taken time to rest on, literally pushing himself to the point where he's breaking down, as he says right here. And even his makeshift shrine. That's what this is. It's a shrine. It's think of it as like a self talk. I've seen some actors do this. Like, I have friends who did who were on the actors team when they were at school as well, like doing plays and stuff. Sometimes they would do this. This is how they get in that headspace, like get into their character, and kind of like gas themselves up. It works, honestly. Let's see. It was made to be his body. It was made to be preyed upon, just like the others. Okay, so I was right about that. How he's very self-conscious and self-aware of his body and what it is and what it is not. And I wonder if that bothers him. And then As he says that, Lugosi Lugosi walks in, and let's see. I want to like a small detail I picked up about Louis. I wonder if it's gonna come up again. I told like what did he say in the first chapter? Like I thought I told you to knock. I bet he's gonna say that. Because why wouldn't Louis say that? He's a very private person, and moments of weakness. I notice he covers it up. He covers up his weakness. So I wonder how he's gonna respond to Legosi seeing him on his knees on the ground like this. I don't think he's gonna take exception to that. Let's see what Lugosi says. I can't suppress the predators. I can't surpass the predators no matter how hard I try. Ah, there it is. Are you feeling alright? Is there something wrong? He helps Louis up. There's nothing wrong. You're supposed to knock before you enter here. Ah, there it is. Freaking knew it. Louis would say that. That's what he's. I like how it just repeats because Louis said it the first. I think that's the first thing he said when we meet him. I'm sorry, I did knock, but you didn't answer, so I was worried. Okay, so apparently Lugosi did knock, but he didn't notice. That shows how in his head he is right now. If he's not noticing the door knocking, Louis and he's very much a thinker, just like Lugosi is. How Lugosi doesn't notice most things. Okay, I'm sorry I did knock, but you didn't answer, so I was worried. Do you need something? I'm in charge of your spotlight for tomorrow, so I need to confirm some things. Right. That's you. Last rehearsal, I tried fading the spotlight longer than usual. Yeah, I noticed. Do you think that's good? Or do you like how it was before? I think it's good, since it's the final act, and, well, I think it's better to emphasize that lingering feeling. Eh, I'm not really sure. Okay, so we're focused on what Louis focused on right now. He's sizing up Legacy, right? He's not necessarily looking him eye to eye. We just we just got a little insight into Louis' character, noticing his disdain for not his disdain for carnivores, but his desire to surpass them and be better than them, even though he has a herbivore body. So I wonder how he views Legacy right now, because he's sizing him up. He's looking at his features, right? There's emphasis drawn. I love this art style, by the way. Like how it's purposely faded over here because the emphasis right now is on Legosi's hands. That's what Louis is looking at, like his claws. How he's gesturing himself, and Legosi very much has a submissive personality, right? You see how he's hunched down. Everything he's doing right now, it's coming off as non-intimidating, even though he does have intimidating features. Like notice how Legosi's hunched down. He constantly has a hunchback. Even the gestures he's using with his hands, it's very he's being expressive while being subdued with his hands, right? These sharp claws of his, and Louis very much taking note of that, of his features. I wonder if he's gonna say some shit about it, because Louis always says something. He will. I wonder if he's gonna call Legosi out. I figured I'd decide based on your opinion. Goodness, your body language is so assertive. Legosi's like, huh? Oh, sorry, I'm always cutting my nails, but they end up growing back the next day. So you're saying you can't go against your true nature? Oh god, he's getting up. But that's the thing, Legosi isn't being assertive. I wonder if Louis is projecting on Legacy right now, because so far from what we've seen, Louis has a Napoleon complex, right? Everything Louis wants to be. He essentially, I'm getting the impression Louis wants to be a carnivore. He wants to have a body of a carnivore. He's very much Louis is very much a carnivore trapped in a herbivore's body. That's what I get from when I see Louis here. Cause look at him compared to Lugosi. Look at how they're sitting, like their stances. Louis is the boss here, right? Despite being a herbivore, Lugosi can freaking destroy him at any time, and I'm pretty sure Louis is hyper aware of stuff like this, right? And when he sees Lugosi walk in, and he's just all timid and shy, like given Louis' character, that probably get him a little upset at that because Legos is very much going against the norm of what Louis, more than likely, he expects a carnivore to be like, especially of someone of a Legosi stature, because he's one of the strongest canines, being a gray wolf and all. And you don't like that, even though you can't even hide it. What's happening? He's getting up. He's getting aggressive. Pins Legosi against the wall. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Why don't you ever utilize your strength? There it is. There it is, right there. You don't need to restrain yourself. Legosi's like, what? I want you to show me your fangs. What? What are you saying, Louis Senpai? Well, it's against the law for carnivores to bear their fangs against herbivores. Don't label me as a herbivore. Okay, there it is. Right there. Called it. So, Louis has some self-hatred going on right now. That's very much his little man's complex. He doesn't want to be viewed as weak. And being a herbivore, I guess to him, is the very definition of being weak because he was literally born weak despite his status right now. He's rich, he has everything. He has money, he has status, and he has influence, especially in the school right now. And he's the candidate to be a Beastar, I believe, right? That's what he's going for. That's his goal. I wonder if he thinks he'll achieve his goal better if he was in the body of a carnivore, you know? But as we see right here, the law says it's against the law for carnivores to bear their fangs against herbivores. That gives me all reason to believe that they live in a herbivore dominated society right now. Because who would make that law, except for carnivores? Except for herbivores. You know? Let's see. I hate your reserved personality. Large breed carnivores like you irritate me the most. Drop the act. What is he doing? Is he going? Is he going in his mouth? Be be serious for once. Oh, what's this? More painkillers? How many has he been taking? Bite me, Legacy. Bite me. Why does he? I don't understand. What would this serve? Okay, so it's illegal for him to bare his fangs to even like show aggression to a herbivore. I'm guessing. But why does Louis? This is self-destructive right here. Why is Louis so self-destructive? What's his deal? Like it wouldn't accomplish anything for Legosi to bite him. And plus, this is mean. This is actually bullying right here. Louis doesn't know this, but Legosi has issues of his own. I'm shocked Legosi's not getting triggered right now because he randomly got triggered by the smell of a herbivore, Haru, in the first couple chapters. So I wonder if that's gonna get called back to because I'm not really seeing Legosi struggle right now. But from what right here, I can help but notice that Louis, he's a deer in the headlights right now. He's getting stunned by what looks like his own reflection. This is a look of fear right now. So I remember last chapter when they said everyone has a secret, which is why they were chosen for drama club. Louis was sought out and he was chosen apparently. So what's Louis's deal? What's his secret? What gives him this complex against carnivores in general? He's kind of racist, but I'm wondering what's giving him his complex because he's seeing himself right here. I don't know if that's a look of shock that's stunning him, but it's most definitely fear. So he's definitely going back to something. There's something that happened in his past, I'm guessing, just like everyone else in Drama Club. That would be good writing because he's reflecting super hard on Legosi right now. Well, imposing his will on Legosi, literally in his mouth. Let go. I'm sorry. I have to be reserved. My strength as a wolf is a liability to me, but you're different. Your strength is an asset to you. Yes, thank you, Legosi. Because at any point, if Legosi's not careful, because he has his own issues going on, controlling his killer instinct, like, and by the simple fact that Legosi was born in a carnivore, and what I'm assuming is a herbivore dominated society, well, a society that favors herbivores. Like, if Lugosi slips up even once, his life is over. Just from the sheer fact that that's how he was born, and he has no control over that, or his instincts for that matter. He constantly has to suppress himself. Whereas Louis, on the other hand, he has the freedom. Like, check your privilege. Louis literally was born with everything. He has the body of an herbivore. He has a deer body. He was graced by being a deer, and he's in a rich family too, right? So Louis has it. Louis has it all, except the carnivore body, which I'm assuming he really wants. He wants the strength of a carnivore, and I'm guessing this is why he carries himself like this. And yes, Louis, his strength, like he has charisma. That's something that money can't buy. That's something that's developed and worked on over time. Whereas Legosi, he's charming in his own way, but he's no Louis. And I wonder if Legosi admires that about Louis. And he even says that to him, which is kind of deep coming from Legosi. Everyone thinks that you're strong for the right reasons, and that's what they want to see tomorrow. I'm sorry for taking up your time. I'll come again some other time. He's like, I really didn't want to hear that from you. And that's the end of chapter 11. That's very interesting to see. I love seeing these two in the same room talking. Louis always antagonizes. He's very much a counterfoil to Legosi. He's gonna keep antagonizing him. I feel it. He definitely has some sense of trust in Legosi, from what we saw from the first two chapters. How how he wanted to help, how he chose Legosi specifically to come help him. So there's definitely, even though he projects some of his issues, his insecurities on the Legosi, like these two definitely have some type of connection that I can't wait to see get built upon. I love seeing these two, just because their personalities are so opposite of each other. But anyway, that's chapter 11. That's all I have to say about it. I can't wait to get to chapter 12 and see what happens next because if Louis keeps going the way he's going, I believe he has like what, 2 days before the performance. I wonder if his foot is going to become an issue because there's a lot of emphasis being placed on that. And he's taking painkillers, so he's clearly in pain. How far is Louis going to push himself for this performance? Because Drama Club is being hyped up. So, can't wait to see. See you in chapter 12.